Right then guys, how's it going and welcome back to your football predictions, the series where you guys go up against me to see who can get the most correct scores from the weekend's football. Now those were my predictions from the weekend gone up there. No correct scores, I was right that Spurs would win, but it was actually 3-2 in the end. Man City Chelsea, I was wrong. Went the wrong way, I went 2-1 Chelsea, it was actually 2-1 Man City. Sheffield United Man U. Now I didn't think there was going to be too many goals in that game. So I went 1-0 Sheffield United and it was 3-3. And then finally Aston Villa Newcastle. I've been predicting 1-1 for the last few weeks and Newcastle seemed to keep winning. Unfortunately, it didn't win this week because I went 1-1 and Aston Villa won 2-0. So, no correct scores for me, just the one correct outcome. Loads of you guys got involved as always. Loads of you guys seemed to get that Man City were going to win 2-1 and there was no one who got two correct scores. So loads of people got one correct score and I think this is the most shout-outs I'm ever going to do in a video. Well done, if they can even fit on the screen, to NUFC Ryan, Craig, Ivan, Julian, WWE, BC, The Mags, Mr. Football, British Gamer, Kieran, Wakey Up, Githua, Connor Purvis, Connor Lee, JJ, Marcos, Poco Star and Everton FC. If you can even see me right now, I'll be amazed. Well done to everyone on the screen. As I say, they all got one correct score. I don't think I've ever shouted out that many people before. So well done. And remember, if you want to be shouted out in next week's video, be sure to get your predictions down in the comments below. As always, I've picked 4 games and we'll go through them now. Just to quickly say as well, sorry for how late this video is going up. I've had a very busy day, but I'm glad I've had the time to make this, although I don't think it's going to be quite as long as they normally are. But starting off 12:30 on Saturday, my team, Newcastle United, on TV again, just for a change, taking on Manchester City. So Newcastle United currently sitting in 14th place, 5 points ahead of the relegation. I would say we're doing alright. Man City sitting in 3rd place, you would probably say aren't doing very well. So it just shows the expectation of where these two teams sit. That one's in 14th and I think decent season so far, and one is in 3rd. And you would probably say isn't having a great season at the moment. Obviously in Newcastle, we had a decent little run. We went and beat West Ham, we went and beat Bournemouth. Aston Villa on Monday night. I wasn't overly confident. I think I said that in my video. Villa have done pretty well this season. We don't do well on Monday nights or when we're on the telly. So maybe we're not going to do great this Saturday if we're on telly again. And it's Man City. As for Man City, they're in 3rd. They're 9 points off Liverpool in 1st. And that's 3 games, and we still have a long time to go this season, but how well Liverpool are doing, you just can't see them dropping points. So Man City are going to have to beat us this weekend, really. I mean, Man City did lose to Liverpool not too long ago, and then at the weekend they went and beat Chelsea. So that is a good game to come back and win. I know I've been going 1-1 in these games, but it's very hard to predict a win for Newcastle, other than the fact that how Newcastle would it be to lose against Villa and then beat Man City? And I do think we do much better at home. And I also think we do better against the bigger teams because we don't feel pressured to have to actually go and win. You know, if we sat and defended for 90 minutes and drew 0-0, the players will get clapped off. If we did that against Villa at home, people wouldn't be happy about it, which is why I think we do well. We frustrate the big teams, we sit off, and then someone like Kieran Clark or Fernandez scores from a corner and we win 1-0. And I'll be honest, it's possible. But if Man City get like an early goal, our whole game plan is ruined. So I've put down 2-0 Man City. Guessing 1-1. doesn't seem to work anymore after Monday night. So 2-0 Man City, but let's hope we can, I don't know, a shock win. Fingers crossed. Next up and moving to the 5:30 games, we have got bottom of the table clash. Southampton taking on Watford. Southampton currently sitting in 19th place. Watford sitting in 20th place. Southampton are just 1 point ahead and are 4 points off getting out of the relegation zone. So that means Watford are 5 points off getting out of the relegation zone. Which again is 2 games. Or a win and a draw, or a win and 2 draws. So it's still very early days. A win for either of these 2 teams would be huge right now, especially how tight the league is in general. 2 wins, and they could probably be sitting top half, because that's how close it is. Southampton's recent form or recent games, they have had some tough fixtures. They obviously lost against Leicester 9-0, which was not a good result. They then lost against Man City. They lost against Everton. I mean, Everton haven't been on great form, but they are still a good side. And in their last game, drew 2-2 with Arsenal. So a very good draw for Southampton. Watford's recent form, last 2 games, they beat Norwich, which was a massive 3 points for them, considering Norwich are also down in that relegation area with them, but then lost 3-0 against Burnley in their most recent game. So, who's going to win? I don't know. I think if obviously Southampton are at home, they are obviously slightly better form because they got the draw against Arsenal. Will hopefully give them a bit of a push into this game. But I've sat on the fence completely here and just gone 2-2. I'd like to see both teams go out and try and win it, because they need the points. I want to see them go out there and go for it. Having said that, it's probably going to end 0-0. But at least if I say 2-2, I'm hoping for something exciting. Next up, moving on to the Sunday at 2 o'clock. Moving up the table slightly, well, quite a bit. We've got 5th place taking on 6th place. Wolves taking on Sheffield United. Wolves are currently 7 points off 4th. So it does show you, well, Liverpool, as I say, are in a league of their own right now. And then you've got Leicester, Man City, Chelsea, and then a 7-point gap to 5th. And then pretty much 5th down to 17th, I think is also, 5 points? So it does show how tight the league is, but Wolves are leading that pack up in 5th place, shortly followed by Sheffield United, just 1 point behind in 6th place. Wolves' recent form, last 5, they have drawn 3 and won 2. So they are actually undefeated in their last 5 Premier League games, including a win against Bournemouth 2-1 in their most recent Premier League game. And I'm pretty sure Wolves have scored in every one of those last 5 Premier League games. So if you want to put a bet on, is that Wolves will get at least a goal in this game. You probably wouldn't get much money on it though. Or put it the other way and then you might get some money on it. They also play tonight in the Europa League against Braga. I'm recording this just before it's kicked off. By the time you watch this, it will have ended. So they will have had less of a break than Sheffield United. Obviously, that's why the game is being played on the Sunday, to try and give Wolves an extra day's rest. Sheffield United, in their recent games, they have been on very good form. They beat Arsenal, they drew with West Ham, they beat Burnley, then they got a draw against Spurs, and then a draw against Man U. That's pretty good going, isn't it? For a promoted side, to be beating Arsenal, drawing with Spurs, and drawing with Man U. I know those 3 teams aren't exactly on their greatest of form they've ever been in, but for a team coming up from the Championship, that is pretty good going. In terms of a prediction, I think the home advantage is massive for this one, because I think if it was at Sheffield United, I would back them. But because it's at Wolves, I've gone the other way and I've backed Wolves to win 2-1. I could have easily put a draw on that one as well. I honestly do think that could go either way as well. The fact that Wolves have scored in all their last 5 games, I think they'll definitely get a goal. They're at home. Can Sheffield United get 2? Or will it be 1-1? Who knows? Let me know down below. And to finish off, again on the Sunday, but the 4:30 kickoff, we have got Leicester taking on Everton. You know, if I was doing my predictions before the start of the season, I think I probably would have had Leicester, Everton kind of in those 5th, 6th, 7th place spots. And then you've got Leicester, who are, I'm not going to say overachieving, because I think they do have a very good side, and if you can get them in the right formation, the right tactics, like Brendan Rodgers has, they can do what they did a few seasons ago and win the league. So I'm not going to say overachieving, but certainly playing extremely well up in 2nd place. And then you've got Everton, who are doing the complete opposite, who again have spent a lot of money on that side and are currently sitting down in 16th place. There's 15-point difference between Leicester and Everton. You know, that is pretty crazy. Leicester have actually won their last 5 Premier League games in a row. So if we're talking about form, you're not going to get much better than that. They beat Brighton 2-0 in the most recent Premier League game. Everton, obviously it's a different story for them. They are just 4 points off the relegation zone at the moment. So they want to be out of there. Their most recent games, last 5 Premier League games, they've won 2, they've drawn 1, and they've lost 2. So I think that pretty much is the definition of up and down form. And in their most recent game, lost 2-0 to Norwich. You know, considering I mentioned earlier that Watford beat Norwich not too long ago and they're bottom of the league, for Everton to lose against Norwich is not saying a whole lot at the moment. Obviously, there's massive rumours about a new manager coming in. I think the top runner at the minute is for David Moyes to actually return to Everton. I don't know, who knows, he could come back and it could be a fairy tale, but I could also very easily, I think there's a big job on there. And who knows who's going to take it and finally fix what's going on there, but I think it's a big issue. Prediction-wise, I don't think it'll be a shock. I've gone 2-0 Leicester. They're at home, the form at the minute is fantastic, but who knows? Again, let me know down below. And that is it, guys. So those are my predictions for the weekend up there. Be sure to get your predictions down in the comments below before the first game kicks off, which is Saturday at 12:30. So 12:15, I will be making a note of everyone's predictions and I will shout out the winner in next week's video. Obviously, next week is a bit of a strange one for football because we do actually have Premier League football on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday night, which I believe is on Amazon, if I got that right. And then we have more at the weekend again. So I don't know whether I'm going to have time to get another prediction video out ready for the midweek football, maybe on Sunday night. If you guys want to see a prediction video on Sunday night for the midweek football, drop a like on this video. If there's enough of you want it, then I'll try and get to it. If not, it might have to just miss a week and then we'll do it ready for next weekend. Alright? Hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, drop a like, as I've said, subscribe for more prediction videos, and I will be at the Man City game this Saturday morning, or 12:30. So fingers crossed we can do something there. Alright, thanks for watching. Catch you later.